Well, Marco, it's very nice to have the opportunity to meet you. We haven't met before because you just joined the firm in what, September time, I believe.
Yes, correct.
And you're a partner with KPMG in Sao Paulo, Brazil, in the infrastructure space. What's going on in that space today?
Well, well, thank you very much, Rodney. I think it's a great pleasure to talk to you. And as you mentioned, I recently joined KPMG. I play a role here in the region to advise our clients invest in infrastructure projects in Latin America. And I'm very excited about it because I believe that infrastructure will play a very important role on the economic recovery of the region. So, and we have a very robust pipeline of infrastructure projects here going on in the region. Just to give you an example, in Brazil for the water sector, in order that the Brazilian population have fully access to water treatment, is expecting around 750 billion reais investments in the sector. And I would say that this is not different from other sectors such as airport concessions and also railways and also ports. So I'm very excited to be part of the team and to assist our clients. I think we have a major opportunity here, and this infrastructure for sure is in the agenda of our major clients.
So that's really interesting, Marco. I mean, that sort of level of investment, I'm assuming a lot of the investment is foreign investment into Brazil to help fund that infrastructure. Is that right, or is it mainly, or is it domestic investment?
No, sure, you are right. Of course, we have major local players here that they are getting together even in partnerships because of the level of the investors, but of the investment. But for sure, we have seen a lot of foreign investors very interested in participating in these opportunities.
And Marco, you mentioned that you've got a more regional type role in this space as well. Which other countries are you foreseeing there will be quite a lot of infrastructure work going on in the near term?
Not sure. I would say that Colombia, Chile has also a very good pipeline, but I would say that the major one would be Brazil, especially for the next couple of years. I would say that definitely Brazil should be in the agenda of our top investment countries in the region.
So just fascinating. So what we really need to be on the watch out for is lots of infrastructure spending in Brazil, great opportunities for multinational investors to pitch out and help in the COVID recovery time.
Yeah, for sure. Now, and also I would say that one of the areas that the investors should be aware and pay a lot of attention is in the tax, right? Most of the countries here in Latin America is a higher tax burden country. So I would say that a proper tax analysis, even prior to the investment, to think about what would be the best structure to invest in the region, especially taking advantage of double tax treatment. Also, a proper due diligence is important, and also after the deal, to really see where we can find some tax synergies and tax opportunities here. I would say that the sector, although there is a high tax burden, there is also a lot of tax incentives that would help the investor and reduce a little bit the tax burden.
And Marco, not to put you on the spot, but if you had two pieces of advice for multinational investors looking to participate in infrastructure projects in Brazil, what would those couple of pieces of advice be?
Oh, sure. I think that it would be very important for the multinational to think ahead about the investment structure, right? Even to take advantage of the double tax rate network that Brazil has. So I think that this would be critical because depending on how you're going to invest in Brazil and if you can build a very tax efficient structure, this would be very important. And also to do a careful review on their financial modeling. Taxation in Brazil is really sector driven. So it's very important that you review your modeling to be sure that the tax assumptions are correct. Also, track the changes. We are expecting a major tax reform in Brazil that will significantly impact the tax burden in the sector, right? In Brazil, the tax burden, as I mentioned, is really different depending on the sector. And the tax reform that we are discussing now will basically, I would say that will make there will not differentiate too much the tax burden on different sectors, that then there will be, in Brazil, there's a misallocation of capital due to tax incentives and different taxations. It's quite common here. So I would say that this would probably come to the end, and also the taxations in dividend also is something that will impact on the repatriation of the investments. So I think that would be very important to do that. And one further advice would be, after the deal is concluded, to take a deep look where there will be tax opportunities here.
So that's very interesting. So a good piece of advice: don't just assume that a standard model will work, because at the moment the outcomes may depend on which sector the infrastructure is in. But then there's tax reform. So detailed modeling clearly, and your point on profit repatriation. Detailed tax modeling clearly critical to understanding the potential cost of participating in infrastructure. I can only imagine, Marco, that's going to keep you super busy. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you virtually. Welcome to KPMG, and I look forward to seeing you in person just as soon as we can get together, Marco.
Thank you very much. I hope we can meet soon.
Stay healthy.
Thank you.